There's a certain magic to Nigeria, a kind of energy that pulses through its streets and lingers in the air. It's a place where every sunrise feels like the start of a new story, and every sunset leaves you wanting more. There's a pull that you can't quite explain until you're there. Standing in the middle of it all, feeling the city's heartbeat beneath your feet. It's in the air, thick with the smell of roasting plantains, the distant hum of a generator, and the laughter of people sharing stories late into the night. This place is alive. It breathes, the markets pulse with color and sound, and every corner holds a new surprise. And for a traveler, it promises stories that are waiting to be discovered, if you're willing to look beyond the surface. It whispers of experiences you won't find in any glossy brochure, of moments that can't be captured in a guidebook or a travel blog. This is the Africa that calls to the adventurous, the curious, and sometimes the reckless, the ones who crave something real, something raw and unfiltered. People come seeking connection, history, or a piece of themselves they feel is missing. They come to find meaning, to lose themselves, or to simply feel alive. But there's a shadow that follows the bright promise of adventure, a subtle warning that not everything is meant to be taken or shared. The hunger for the unique, the drive to capture something no one else has, can sometimes blind us to the deeper truths of a place. In our world of social media, this hunger can become an obsession, turning every moment into content, every experience into a performance. This essay is about that shadow, the line between curiosity and intrusion, between appreciation and appropriation. It's about what happens when the pursuit of an experience becomes more important than respecting the place you're in, when the desire to show the world outweighs the need to truly see it. The real magic isn't in the picture, it's in the moment you chose not to take it, in the memories you carry home, unseen and unforgettable. Let me introduce you to Chloe, a travel influencer known for authentic adventures. Her followers admired her for more than just her stunning photos. They loved her fearless spirit and the way she dove headfirst into the unknown, always searching for stories that felt real. Her feed was a stunning collection of daredevil poses, each one more breathtaking than the last, and every image seemed to capture a moment of pure adrenaline. But it wasn't just about the thrill. Her candid smiles with locals revealed a genuine curiosity and warmth that drew people in, both online and in person. Her next big destination was Lagos, Nigeria, a megacity teeming with energy, grit, and a vibrant pulse that never seemed to slow down. The city's chaotic beauty promised new stories at every corner. She dreamed of capturing the real Lagos, the hidden alleys, the bustling markets, the everyday lives that most tourists never dared to explore. Chloe wanted to show her audience a side of the city that was raw and unfiltered. Her goal was to create a narrative of a brave Western woman embracing the raw heart of Africa, blending into the rhythm of Lagos and connecting with its people on a deeper level. The pressure to deliver something spectacular was immense. Every post had to outdo the last, and Chloe felt the weight of her followers' expectations with every click of the shutter. Chloe arrived in Lagos with a small crew and a detailed itinerary, determined to make every moment count. The city's energy was infectious, and her excitement was matched only by her ambition. She hired a local guide, Femi, who knew the city well and promised to help her navigate its maze of neighborhoods and cultures. Femi tried to steer her towards experiences that were both beautiful and safe, suggesting vibrant markets and scenic rooftops where the city's spirit shone brightest. But Chloe wanted the edge, pushing for locations that were less public, more secluded, and far from the usual tourist trail. She craved authenticity, even if it meant taking risks. She wanted the kind of shot that looked dangerous, the kind that would make her followers gasp and wonder how she pulled it off. Femi warned her. "This isn't a movie set, madam. Lagos is real and sometimes unpredictable." Chloe smiled and nodded, but she wasn't really listening. Her mind was already racing with ideas for the perfect shot. She had found her edge, and nothing, not even the city's warnings, was going to stop her from chasing the story she came for. Chloe had always been drawn to places that whispered of forgotten stories, and this time, she decided the perfect shot was at an abandoned industrial complex on the edge of town. The sprawling, rusted buildings loomed like silent sentinels, promising a backdrop unlike any she'd captured before. Femi, her closest friend and creative partner, had explicitly warned her against it. He'd heard rumors about the place, stories of danger, of people who went in and never came out. But the aesthetic was too powerful to resist, and Chloe's curiosity always burned brighter than her caution. She went without Femi, telling him she was just taking a day off to clear her head. In truth, she didn't want to hear another warning or feel the weight of his concern holding her back. Early the next morning, she and her loyal cameraman hailed a taxi and made their way to the complex, hearts pounding with anticipation and nerves. As they set up their gear among the broken glass and echoing silence, a sense of unease began to creep in. The air felt heavy, as if the walls themselves were watching. Chloe, dressed in a flowing white dress that caught the morning light, climbed onto a crumbling wall for the perfect angle. She felt a rush of adrenaline, the thrill of creation mixing with a twinge of fear. That was when everything went wrong. A sudden noise shattered the stillness, and Chloe froze, her heart skipping a beat. From the shadows, a group of men emerged, their faces obscured and their presence instantly menacing. The atmosphere shifted from eerie to dangerous in a heartbeat. Chloe's heart pounded in her chest, the thrill of adventure replaced by a cold, paralyzing fear. She realized too late that she was completely out of her depth. The men surrounded them, their intentions becoming terrifyingly clear as they closed in, cutting off any hope of escape. They took everything: cameras, phones, wallets, stripping away not just their possessions, but their sense of safety and control. But the ordeal didn't end there. The men kept Chloe and her cameraman holding them captive in the cold, echoing halls of the factory. They forced Chloe in front of her own camera, shoving a hastily written script into her trembling hands and ordering her to read it aloud. It was a video demanding a ransom, a performance of terror that turned her passion for storytelling into a weapon against her. The perfect shot had led her into a nightmare she could never have imagined, where every second felt like an eternity. Chloe's kidnapping quickly became viral content. Her terrified face splashed across social media feeds and news headlines, her story twisted and shared by strangers. The price for that one perfect, forbidden picture was her peace of mind, and the haunting knowledge that some warnings are ignored at a cost that can never be repaid. The ordeal lasted for 2 terrifying days. Chloe was forced to record several videos, each one more humiliating than the last. Her captors used her social media savvy against her, creating a twisted version of her brand. Her kidnapping had become viral content. Eventually, a ransom was paid, and Chloe and her cameraman were released. The psychological damage was immense. Her career was in ruins, her digital identity shattered. The online world she had curated turned on her with vicious speed. She had to delete her accounts, erasing years of work. The price for that one perfect picture was her peace of mind. Do you wish to take a vacation to Africa? I hope you do. In the comment section below, Tell me about your biggest fears of Africa and some stories you have heard. I will reply to you and even do a scary video about your fears. Also, kindly like this video and subscribe to our channel. Now, let's travel to the lush heart of Yoruba spirituality, Osun State. This is a place that feels ancient, filled with history, myth, and a sense of the sacred. The forests here are homes to the Orishas, the deities of the Yoruba faith. At the center is the Osun Osogbo Sacred Grove, a place of profound spiritual importance. Our second story is about David, a spiritual tourist from California. He was searching for something deeper than his suburban existence. He traveled to Osun to experience Yoruba traditions firsthand. David spent his first week speaking with priests and priestesses, attending ceremonies. He felt a sense of peace he hadn't experienced before. One day, he was granted an audience with an elderly priestess. She gave him a clear and solemn warning about taking anything from the grove. Later, David found a small, smooth black stone in the grove. It seemed to pulse with energy, and he thought of the priestess's warning. But he dismissed it, telling himself it was just a souvenir. He picked up the stone and slipped it into his pocket. He left Nigeria feeling spiritually renewed, carrying his hidden treasure. The problem started subtly: fatigue, insomnia, a creeping rash. His health declined rapidly, but no doctor could find a cause. He felt like he was being drained of his life force. The little black stone on his nightstand no longer felt like a blessing. It began to feel like a curse. The spiritual peace he had felt in Nigeria was now a distant memory. The stone was a silent, heavy accusation in the quiet of his room. Tormented by sleeplessness, David had a vivid dream. In the dream, the priestess pointed to the empty spot where the stone used to be. The message was undeniable. The gods will always collect their debt. He knew he had to return to Nigeria. He booked a flight back, carrying the stone with him. Upon arriving in Osogbo, he sought out the priestess. He confessed what he had done, asking for forgiveness. The priestess led him back to the sculpture to return the stone. As he did, a feeling of release washed over him. The priestess had him perform cleansing rituals to appease the Orisha. The journey to full health would be slow, but it had begun. He had to earn his well-being back. David's recovery was not immediate. He stayed in Nigeria, following the priestess's guidance. Slowly, his strength began to return. He was learning the deep meaning of respect, not as an abstract concept, but as a living principle. He returned to California a changed man, humbled and more thoughtful. He no longer saw spiritual traditions as commodities to be consumed. Chloe's life was irrevocably altered as well. Her name became a cautionary hashtag, a shorthand for influencer culture gone wrong. Both Chloe and David paid a heavy price for their actions. They entered a foreign space with a sense of entitlement. Crossing boundaries is an act of profound disrespect that can invite consequences. So, what is the takeaway from these stories? Is it that you shouldn't travel? Absolutely not. The world is a book, and those who do not travel read only one page. But it matters how you read that book. The stories of Chloe and David are about the dangers of a certain mindset. It's the mindset of the taker, the person who sees a new culture as a collection of things to be captured. Authentic travel is not about what you can get. It's about connection, approaching a new place with humility and an open heart. The most valuable things you can bring back from a journey are not things at all. They are memories, new perspectives, and genuine connections. So, by all means, go, explore, be adventurous. But go with respect and humility. The perfect shot is a fleeting illusion. A moment of genuine connection is the true prize.